From Speed accidentally losing over $200,000.
Say what lie, I just spent $200,000 on Roblox.
To Norm losing his mind. Here are 12 YouTubers who broke world records. Starting with iShowSpeed, who became a record holder after accidentally making one of the most expensive in-game purchases ever. In May 2023, Speed would be asked by a fan to buy a Roblox shirt priced at 18 million Robux.
How much is 18 million Robux? How much is 18 million Robux? That's like $100,000, right? About 100K, right? About $100,000. No, it's almost $300,000. And I'm gonna be donating this to a fan.
And though he seemed down for it, it didn't take long before the doubts began to creep in.
Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? $225,000, 18 million Robux, the most biggest buy in a whole entire universe.
But despite this hesitation and warning from his chat, Speed would go ahead and make the purchase, only to get the shock of his life a few seconds later.
Did I just spend $200,000 on this shirt? There's no way, there's no way, there's no way. Say you swear to God. Say what lie, I just spent $200,000 on Roblox. $200,000 in my bank account.
Bro went through the 5 stages of grief in a span of 6 minutes. Bro could have got a Lamborghini, but instead he got a picture of Shrek. In the end, Speed did eventually get his money back from the fan, but this went down as one of the most expensive in-game purchases ever made on a live stream. But while Speed's world record went down as one of the most outrageous in streaming history, KSI would break a record after losing millions of dollars in just a single day. Back in March 2022, KSI would release a tweet announcing the purchase of over $2.5 million worth of cryptocurrency. In total, I have bought about 100,000 Luna, sticking it in a wallet and gonna see what happens in a few years. Could be the best or worst trade of my life. I saw an opportunity and I had to take it. Due to the sheer size of this purchase, the announcement quickly gained traction among his followers, with many criticizing him for his decision. Rip that money, should have bought a Bugatti, set it on fire and driven it off a cliff, then made a cool video about it. Literally would have been a less risky investment. And it turns out this comment was soon proven correct, as just a month later, KSI would open his crypto wallet only to be met with a jaw-dropping surprise.
Oh my God, my 2.8 million. Oh my God. What all? Bro, it's less than a penny. Ah, depression, bro.
And despite the huge loss, his viewers weren't sympathetic. Good job, KSI. I wonder how many dweebs copied you. But while KSI's record led to a loss of millions of dollars, Dude Perfect's record propelled their YouTube career to new heights. Known for their trick shots, stunt challenges, and record-breaking feats. In March 2018, Dude Perfect, a group of 5 friends, Tyler, Garrett, Cody, Corey, and Kobe, would take the internet by storm after attempting the longest walk on Legos while barefoot.
Let's go! Just gotta pike through it. Come on, T! Oh, that one was a good one. T to finish line! It is hard to walk. Come on, Ty. Come on! Come on, Ty. Come on! Oh, his feet have gotta be bleeding. Come on, Ty! Come on!
And after 82 feet of pure Lego torture, they officially got a verdict from Guinness World Records.
The mark to beat was 82 feet. That tape measurement is 146.94 feet. It's a new Guinness World Records title. Congratulations.
Thank you,
But despite amassing a whopping 63 million views on this video alone, their appetite for breaking records didn't slow down, as in May 2023, they would stretch their names into history once more by attempting another groundbreaking world record.
This is the world's highest basketball shot. Come on, come on!
Absolutely insane, 856 feet. Wow, I guess 1,000 feet, here we come? Just when I think I can't be more amazed. Since then, Dude Perfect has continued to push the limits of what's possible, much like YouTuber Stan Brownlee, whose death-defying record left everyone stunned. Best known for breaking limits with insane bodyweight stunts and record-level strength challenges. In August 2022, Stan would attempt to break the record of 23 pull-ups on a helicopter in 1 minute.
We're going to try to break the craziest pull-up wall record
ever.
But despite months of preparation, just seconds into his record-breaking moments, things would suddenly go wrong.
As soon as I grabbed the helicopter, everything became so surreal. And I wanted every rep to count, so I almost went for chest over the bar. And as you can see, I just knew this wasn't it.
However, this didn't stop him, and instead of quitting, Stan would give it another shot. And after months of tension and countless training, the moment of truth finally arrived.
I can now confirm that you managed a total of 25. It's therefore a new Guinness World Records title. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Holy shit, man, this was so epic, man. Congrats! I'm super stressed out just from watching this. Imagine the amount of tension these guys had been through. In the end, his persistence paid off, earning him not just the world record, but the respect of fans worldwide. But while Stan broke the record for something so astonishing, the exact opposite can be said about James Charles, who would break a record for something much darker. On May 10th, 2019, beauty YouTuber Tati Westbrook dropped a video accusing a then 19-year-old James Charles of inappropriate behavior with fans.
You were talking in detail about things you wanted to do to the waiter. And when I said, James, he's straight, your response was, doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity. So freaking gross.
And with the internet immediately turning against him, it wasn't long before James released a 41-minute video explaining his side of the story.
Dan mentioned that he was perfectly fine and found the flirting that I was doing flattering. So I'm not really sure why this got turned into something much bigger, but it simply was not.
Following this, the internet was soon convinced it was all an elaborate attempt by Tati to ruin James's career. However, 2 years passed, and one of James's underage victims came forward with shocking accusations against him.
Okay, so trigger warning. I will be talking about and James Charles, so if you get triggered by any of those, keep scrolling, but if not, watch this video, please. So last Wednesday on the 17th, James Charles snapped me on Snapchat. I was getting really uncomfortable, so I told him my age. I told him I'm 16. Meanwhile, he's 21. He's a grown man. And then he proceeds to say, oh, but I didn't even get to see the, meaning my body. And after telling him, like, no, like, I'm not gonna send it to you, he kept on asking for pictures and videos of body hair and me flexing and stuff.
Disgusting how he specifically targeted straight men who clearly had no interest. The fact that he is a and still has a huge following is absolutely mind-blowing. Following this revelation, James would immediately lose 1.2 million subscribers in just 24 hours, breaking the record for the largest subscriber drop in YouTube history. But unlike James Charles, YouTuber Airrack wouldn't break a record through drama and controversy. With over 17 million subscribers, Airrack first went viral back in 2019 for high-risk pranks. And while over the years his content gained millions of views, it wasn't until June 28th, 2023 that Airrack took things to a whole new level.
You're looking at what will be the world's largest pizza. This record is mine. To do this, it's gonna take hundreds of people, 10,000 pounds of dough, 5,000 pounds of sauce, and 9,000 pounds of cheese.
But smashing a world record goal with a 132-foot pizza wasn't his only goal, as he had bigger plans in mind.
Total, this pizza is 68,000 slices, and every single one of them is going to be frozen and delivered to a charity here in Los Angeles immediately after we finish.
And after 24 hours of pushing past limits no one thought he could, Airrack finally had a verdict.
I guess I have one question for you, Brittany. Did we get the record?
Well, I can confirm that you are a brand new Guinness World Records.
It's rare to see a YouTuber actually do what he promises. This guy deserves it for sure. From one pizza fanatic to another, well done. But while Airrack broke records for something more honorable, YouTuber Norm would break records by putting his own health at risk. Known for pushing his body to the limit for content, on November 26th, Norm would set a new world record for the longest time sitting on a toilet seat.
Whoa.
That record wasn't the first time, as just months before, he shattered other world records like staying awake for 11 days, spending a month in solitary confinement, and standing still for a staggering 38 hours straight.
Attempt number 2 at breaking the world record for longest time standing still.
But what made this feat even more harrowing was the level of he was subjected to. This guy feels like a Sims character forced by the creator to endure torture. Bro is speedrunning brain damage. Following this string of over-the-top challenges, Norm still continues to post, just with a very inconsistent upload schedule. But unlike Norm, whose wild stunts pushed his body to the edge, Jake Paul's boxing outfit would break the internet for a completely different reason. Back in March 2024, YouTuber/boxer Jake Paul would announce his fight with boxer Mike Tyson.
You heard it right, motherfucker. I'm fighting Mike Tyson.
But while the internet went wild over the announcement, things would take a shocking turn just weeks later when a face-to-face between Jake and Tyson ended with one of the most unexpected moments in press conference history. But while the fight had everyone talking, it wasn't just Jake's punches that made headlines, as not long after, Jake would announce he was making an outfit worth a staggering amount of money.
Yeah, this outfit that I've made for the fight is the most expensive fight outfit in the history of boxing. It's $1 million.
The costume featured 380 carats of VVS diamonds, a diamond-encrusted boxing silver shorts with Paul's name in stones, matching jewel-encrusted boots and jacket, a watch worth $7 million, and diamond ear coverings, each about $100,000.
Social media sensation turned boxer has turned the sport.
And although the outfit shattered records, not everyone was impressed. That $1 million could house and feed like 100 poor families for life. Let that sink in. Astronomical waste of money considering hell probably never wear those again. This dude is a walking joke. But while Jake Paul chose to spend the money on a boxing outfit, his brother Logan Paul chose to spend his on something far rarer. In 2022, Logan would fulfill his lifelong dream of owning the world's most expensive Pokemon card.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. Oh my God, bro.
But it wasn't just the staggering price tag that made headlines, as just days later, Guinness World Records also stepped in to officially analyze and authenticate the purchase.
I'm an official adjudicator, and I can tell you the following. The most expensive Pokemon trading card sold at a private sale is a PSA Grade 10 Pikachu illustrated card, $5,275,000 on July 22nd, 2021. You are officially amazing. Congratulations, you are new.
However, that didn't stop viewers from questioning the idea of spending $5.3 million on a single card. That paper used to make Pokemon cards is worth less than a dime. Like, it's so amazing that a cardboard piece is worth $5.3 million. But just days later, Logan would shock fans once more by putting the card on sale, but with a few bizarre conditions.
I will be listing this card on a platform that I co-founded called Liquid Marketplace. It allows co-ownership of top-tier assets. So instead of one person, me owning this card, we as a collective can co-own it together.
Ain't no one talking about how this man charging $5 million for an NFT on an item you won't ever hold. But unlike Logan, who bought his way into the record books, PewDiePie would earn a world record through sheer hard work and determination. Starting his YouTube journey back in 2010, PewDiePie would grow to be one of the most loved YouTubers for his unfiltered humor and undeniable connection with his audience. And as the years and consistent uploads carried on, in December 2016, his hard work would eventually pay off, hitting a huge milestone on YouTube.
We gained 50 million subscribers. 50 million. I know it's cliche as hell for me to say this, but I never thought we would hit that number. Part of me is like, you know, it's just a number. Really, all I care about is that you guys watch my videos, and that's what really matters. But at the same time, 50 million! Yeah.
And with a record as the first YouTuber to hit 50 million subscribers, he would get his very own customized play button just weeks later.
Look at this. Oh, it's got the brofist. It's a custom.
Congrats, Pewds, that's a crazy big number. You wanna know when the world ends? When PewDiePie stops making videos. Following this, PewDiePie would go on to shatter more records, hitting an incredible 100 million milestone in just 2 years. But this record would be overtaken by Mr. Beast, who would go on to break even more world records. Back in 2021, Mr. Beast set the internet on fire with the launch of Beast Games. However, what truly set Beast Games apart wasn't just its scale or production, but its price pool.
I am standing on $5 million of real money. the largest grand prize in entertainment history.
Yet, as unbelievable as the prize was, what truly made Beast Games historic was its record-breaking number of players, all competing for a shot at that life-changing money.
A record-breaking number of 1,000 players is currently stampeding this arena.
But the rewards didn't end with the grand prize, as he had plenty of surprises lined up for contestants too.
On top of the $5 million, we're giving away a Lamborghini and a multi-million-dollar island.
To top it all off, the show would go on to break the record for the biggest prize ever handed out in a single TV episode of $2 million, and the largest physical cash prize on set for a competitive reality show of $5 million, along with breaking a staggering 44 Guinness World Records in total. Bro, this is Squid Game's intensity level. Too good, Mr. Beast. I was supposed to operate open heart surgery on a patient, but instead, I'm here. Worth it. But while Mr. Beast continues to crush world records with his insane content, YouTuber Technoblade would break a record far more heartbreaking. On August 27th, 2021, beloved Minecraft YouTuber Technoblade would share a devastating health diagnosis with his fans.
I took a few days to rest my arm, and it really didn't feel any better after that. And so after a few days of that, I looked at myself in the mirror and I noticed that my right shoulder was starting to swell like crazy, and I was like, oh my god, I must have broken a bone. It looked crazy. So, you know, the next day, August 2nd, I headed over to the doctor to see what was wrong, and they ran a couple of scans, and then they came back and they told me that the reason my arm hurts is because I have cancer.
And just when fans were left holding their breath and fearing the worst, in December 2021, Techno would share some exciting news.
I now have 99.9% less cancer than I used to, which is pretty great. World of difference between that at 100%, but so far everything is going according to plan.
However, this joy was short-lived, as not long after, Techno's dad shared news that would leave the community heartbroken.
Hello everyone, Technoblade here. If you're watching this, I am dead.
In the face of such heartbreaking news, his fans turned their concern into action, donating more than $500,000 to the Sarcoma Foundation of America. And eventually, due to the outpouring love and support, Techno would break the record for being the most followed deceased YouTuber in the world, proving that his legacy still lives on even to this very day. It's crazy to think he's at 20 million even after his death. That just shows how much everyone loved his content and his humor. His legacy will carry on forever. Technoblade never dies. In the end, some YouTubers broke records for fame, others for fun, and a few just to prove something to themselves. But beyond the numbers, titles, and headlines, what truly matters isn't the record itself, but the story behind it and the mark they leave on their audience. But sometimes that mark isn't always a good thing, as proven by these YouTubers who went as far as scamming their own audience. Click the video on screen now to see YouTubers who got exposed as scammers.